is Achusi Kanku. I'm yet to get my Kenyan name, but I'm sure once I attach my foot in Kenya, I'll get a Kenyan name, a Swahili name, that is. But it's Achusi Kanku from Esports Africa News. And like I say, every time we bring you interesting conversations across the African continent and diaspora Africa regarding games, esports, animation. And if you've not seen any of our videos, check out our YouTube channel, because we've spoken to a lot of Africans in the diaspora and Africans on the continent about how we can grow the esports, game development, animation, Comic-Con industries in Africa. Today, we are being supported by GGC. GGC is a tournament operating company in Ghana. They produce majority of the tournaments in Ghana, including the CARIFEST qualifiers in Ghana last year. So if you need partners in Ghana, if you've got activations in Ghana, yours is to contact GGC, Gigs Game City. I've put their website up on this page so you can always get hold of them. Right, let's go straight to my lady from Kenya. I'm still waiting for my Swahili name, so I'm sure I'll get that. But Bina, you need to talk to us tonight, and I'm not going to hold you for too long because I know your situation. So introduce yourself, don't hold back. Tell us a lot about who Bambina is, because I know Bambina from different categories, different angles.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Magdalene Mombi, my official name. But as you heard from, Atsu, I go by the name Bambina. It's my gamer tag. And I got it a while back, say 8 years back. So I've been going by the name Bambina for a while now. I'm an esports athlete. I play video games professionally. I transitioned from banking. I know you don't know this, Atsu, but I did transition from banking. No. Yeah, like 4 years ago, I dropped my banking gig and moved to esports full time because I found a thriving career in esports as both an athlete and a tournament organizer. And on top of that, I have been passionate about chess for so long. I remember when I was 18, I was one of the best chess players at the university league. I used to represent my university at the chess national level. And that's how I got into chess, our discussion for today. So currently I'm a chess instructor in a few international schools. And I'm also involved in tournament organizing and I'm in Chess Kenya. So yeah, that's me.
So you've led us straight into it. So I think the other profession is that you are a good presenter, you're a good, creator, content creator. So that's why you're able to just lead us straight into what we're going to talk about. Chess. The thing I like about chess is that it's like football. Nobody really owns the PI for it. IP for it. Sorry, I'm talking law here. Yeah, nobody has the IP for it, because you can pick up a board and create your own chess board and play. Do you know what I mean? So, but I do like chess because it gives you critical thinking, and it's one of those ones that you don't need special devices to play.
Yeah.
How is your mini chess? Because I know you're doing both digital and physical chess. How's that growing in Kenya? Because I know you organize regular tournaments.
Yeah. So the beauty about chess as a sport, as you said, it's been there for so long. I think it came about the 6th AD, if I'm not wrong. This is so many years ago. Yeah, started in India so many years ago. And the reason why I bring that chess has been there for so long, thousands of years, is because somehow it's not died. Like chess has found, it's like a chameleon, you see. The word esports found chess here, and somehow chess is part of esports because chess basically is a simulation of war on 64 boards. You have the chariots, the knights, the king, the queen, and all these. So it's like a mental tug of war. So the experience from moving from the traditional board to now an esport, which is it being just chess being played on a digital device. The transition has not changed the game in any way. None of the rules of the game have changed. It's just the experience of the game. Now you're not playing on the board, you're playing on a digital device. Back to your question, chess has really grown in Kenya. If you compare this to maybe 20, 30 years ago, it's not the same. We had nationals the other day in Mango that attracted over 8,500 players. I don't think any other sport
Wow.
in Kenya
Yeah.
attracts
In one
such
space.
big number of participants, not spectators, but participants.
Participants. Wow. That's
Yes,
cool.
yes, yeah. I could give mentions to people like Githinji Hinga. Githinji Hinga is the founder of Mini Chess Kenya and the former president
Okay.
of the Chess Federation. Most of the growth in chess, according to my experience, I would attribute to his efforts. He brought
Wow.
in so many boards. We're talking the early 2000s. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is way before I was even in high school. This is a while back. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, well, I'll leave it there.
Yeah. But yeah, lucky enough, I'm lucky to work with him. I'm currently working
Yeah.
with him. But yeah, they were able to bring in boards that was sponsored by the Kasparov Foundation, thousands of boards distributed, and this is how people now got to get the experience of, like, you have a board, now you can play the game.
Mm.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about chess, right? So if we transition from the board game, you've got mini chess, and now with major tournaments like the Esports World Cup, Esports Nations Cup, I think those are the only two I know who sort of
Yeah.
focus on chess. Even with that, I mean, we can talk about prize pools, but I'm looking at the journey of a young African playing chess from Nakuru. Yeah, I like Nakuru because I've got some friends in Nakuru, so
It's Nakuru.
Nakuru. Yeah, thank you, Nakuru.
Yeah.
Thanks for the correction. Yeah, I have some friends in
Yeah.
Nakuru, so say I'm from Nakuru, and
Good.
I sort of start enjoying chess, and I've got the board. I think there's hope for me. There's hope for
Yeah.
me to be able to play chess, from Nakuru into Esports World Cup. How do you think a young person, you can talk through to a young person, say this is your path to Esports World Cup?
I think now there's so much opportunity than there was. I mean, we had a problem with the boards. Yeah, people could not access the boards. This is 20 years ago. Now we have the digital transition of from chess on the board to now on your mobile phone. Like the Esports Nations Cup, we had two participants who were able to register and go through the whole anti-cheating. There's a software you need to install to make sure you're not cheating digitally when you're participating in these tournaments. But yeah, for this, I call them students, the students out there who are actively learning chess and who are looking to play chess competitively on an elite level. Now we have channels like the Esports Nations Cup and the Esports World Cup, like you mentioned. Yeah, the information is out there now. I would encourage everyone to participate. What's the one for football?
For FIFA. FIFA, boxing, WBO, all those titles, Federation of International.
Exactly. So FIDE titles you, but now for you to get a title, you have to play at least 5 rated tournaments. And all our tournaments in mini chess and most of the tournaments in the Kenyan organizers are FIDE titles. So just come for the physical tournaments, get your title. So you could be a CM, candidate master. We don't have any grandmasters in Kenya, but yeah, you could
I
be.
thought you were a grandmaster.
Wow. I wish.
One day.
Yeah, one day.
It's coming soon.
Yeah, but we only have 15 grandmasters in Africa. Can you imagine?
We need to grow another selection, another cohort. 54 countries. So you mean come on, at least one in every country.
Yeah, and 51 of those are in FIDE. So I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so long as you have chess.com and you can get title and you can attach your title to your chess.com account, then you get access to play to in the ENC, for example. So those are the two ways. Yeah.
That's interesting. Because for me, I'm looking at opportunities in gaming and esports. You know, people are talking about some titles. It's expensive. It's difficult to play some titles. But I see chess as a relatively easy channel for you to get through, because you pick up your phone, like you're saying, on the bus to work, on the bus to school, you play chess. You come back, you play chess. You know, so you will improve there. Go to Nakuru, beat everyone. Come to Nairobi, beat everyone. You know, get sponsored for these international tournaments, and you will break. So long as you're doing something, you will sort of come out.
Yeah, you're right.
And I see you've partnered in the past with Nigeria on certain international chess events. How did that go, and how are you looking? Because you say you've got mini chess other countries.
Yeah.
How's that working out with the other countries?
It's looking good. We've started a conversation of how can we now, you know, the back to the grandmasters story, right? It's so weird that there are like 1900 grandmasters in the whole world, and Africa only has 15. Yeah. So with these other countries, that's the main conversation we're having.
Yeah.
How can we get more grandmasters in the next 10, 20 years? How can we empower the young ones to get to 2,500 ELOs, you know? And I don't think it's a skill issue. I think it's an ecosystem issue. Like Russia alone has what? No. I think it's the infrastructure, the access to the knowledge. It's not.
No, we've got the boards. We've got the boards. You know, what have they not seen?
We don't have enough. Okay, the conversation of grandmasters, it's more of chess has been an elite sport even now. All right, so you can't argue we've got the boards. Only a few got the boards.
So we need to make it generic, a bit more generic.
We need to make it a bit more accessible. So if you're looking for 5 grandmasters, you don't need 100,000 people. You need 10. Okay, you need 1 million people, right? And only 100,000 people have access to the boards currently. So yeah, the conversation we're having, we had a tournament with Game It Niger, the guys you're mentioning from Nigeria. We like to promote the spirit of the game. So we have like these Thursday tournaments, 8 p.m. But the last one, we whooped them.
I think that's what you wanted to say. You really wanted to say that, didn't you?
Yeah. I really wanted to make it out there and to put it out there.
I just saw the conversation coming in.
Yeah, we whooped them so bad. Yeah, but I like how the conversation around chess and grandmasters and how we can grow more talent in Africa is coming along. Also, just to mention, I like how now we have interest from esports stakeholders to build into chess, and it's looking good.
We have always chased you for content on what you do. I mean, a few times you have received it, so I also put it there. I am expecting a bit more from you next time. We've got 5 months to go for the rest of the year, so I'm expecting 5 sets of content from you on that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's good. So we're looking at this year, right? So one of the things I keep asking my colleagues is that I know you've got this cold. You're gonna try and keep up. Are you okay?
Yes.
You okay? Yeah. Right. Cool. So what I've been asking was, we are learning. We keep saying we are learning, but how fast are we learning, or how intentional are we about learning? and becoming great. Because I think we've missed a great opportunity for this Esports World Cup and Esports Nations Cup. We knew about it last year. We knew about it 2 years ago. We did nothing. If I say we did nothing, we could have had a better opportunity of sending a lot of people into this competition from Africa. Because the entry level, if you look at all the other titles, you literally have to buy the game. You have to play the game, to be able to go there. But with chess, if you link your account, relatively cheaper to link your account to chess.com, play that many games and get that qualification. It's the grinding. What plans do we have? You, me, Gaming Niger, Mini Chess Africa, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria. What plans do we have to make Africa, a gateway? Because what's that movie? There's a movie on Netflix. I'm trying to remember the name. It's a girl.
Queen's Gambit. Yeah, the Queen's Gambit. Yeah.
What stops us? You've got 6 months to next year, literally. And then soon after that, Esports World Cup will finish in August. Esports Nations Cup will finish in November. And straight away, people need to be preparing for 2027 World Cup and Nations Cup, because it's going to happen 6 months sooner. What plans have we got? What structure are we putting in place? Nothing will come overnight.
Well, Atsu, I'm hardly an expert when it comes to.
I know you got more strengths you pull. I know you from Kenya.
But we have to be a little bit honest with ourselves when you have this conversation, because it's as you asked, what's stopping us? It's ourselves. Like we are stopping ourselves from doing this. We knew this 3 years ago, and if you looked at the planning and the dissipation, I don't know if that's the correct word, of information to the community was not smooth. I would say. I don't know if this came from ENC themselves or from the local stakeholders, but the players didn't really know about this. Even the guys I was trying to give this information, myself, I'm not titled. Even Gidinchi is not titled. So we have many titled players that did not know about even the ENC.
Square pegs in round holes. Is that what we're having?
Yeah, I think I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm hardly an expert when it comes to these. Yeah. I don't know what the problem is with us as Africans.
So, thing is, here's the thing, right? How do we get the next Grandmaster or how do we get, Grandmaster might be a tall call, but how do we get the next cohort of great Kenyan chess players to be at ENC, or even, I think there's an opportunity for Esports Nations Cup, because that's in November. There might be an opportunity, but let's say if all that is closed, let's say for next year, how can we prepare, get a good cohort for next year? How do we start that? Do we identify people from your tournament and start teaching them specifically, getting them prepared for it? How do we do it?
I think we need the database from the tournaments, right? We need to shortlist all the titled players who would now be interested in playing chess digitally. People have preferences. There are people who are so against playing chess on a device. They prefer the traditional board. So we could start with maybe a short list of title players who could represent Kenya, and then have them train, right? Like we do a league. We have a training, and then by the time next day is coming, we already know who is doing what. Yeah. And also for ENC themselves, they need to give us information way earlier, because like this year they were releasing information in bits, as I hear. I don't know. I wasn't communicating directly to them, but they were releasing information in bits, and that made it harder to gather people who would be interested in this thing.
That's good. I've made notes of that, and I'll make sure we are ready next next year for this. But for you yourself, what I know you did. We've not talked about your Tekken ambitions. We've not talked about your tournament ambitions. We've not talked about the arena ambitions. We've not talked about the women in esports ambitions. But just if we look at chess, what would you say will be your success story? Same time next year, mid next year. If I'm talking to you,
personally, it would be so. I'm training some kids, and there's this one particular kid who I won't say his name, but for chess, for what next year at a time like this, one of my biggest achievements will be him winning a tournament in his category, specifically the nationals. We are working so hard to get there, and for chess as a whole, I would say is to have so the elections are coming up. We did not mention that. Yeah, the office is changing. So my hope for next year time like this is the what the community has communicated to the office will be, what's the word? The community will be heard. Let me just say it like that, because we've had so many cases of I don't want to speculate. That's why I'm very particular. I'm very
all right.
careful
Choose
with my
your words
words.
carefully. Yeah, that's
I'm
all
very
right.
I'm trying to choose my words so carefully here. But I'm hoping next year time like this, when there's new people in the office, or the same people are in office, we see the changes that the community are demanding for. Yeah.
I know I've said your personal thing, but all that you've said is about the community, which is great. So you're the type of person, ever since I've met you, even from back in the days, you going to Uganda, you've always been working to developing a cohort of people. If it's not about women in esports, it's about the young talent and everything else that you do. So that's great feature about you, which is interesting to know. Thank you, Bambina, like we all affectionately call you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and have a good night.